Hello everyone, this is Brian Peterson from Faces of Santa Ana, and on this Mother's Day, I actually want to talk about how my own mother has influenced me as a creative and an artist. The story traces back all the way to 3rd grade. My 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Jones, called my mother and she said, "Kendall, your son doesn't really pay attention in much of my lessons. He's drawing during math class, he's drawing during history lessons." And so she said, "I think you have an artist on your hands." In my mother's family, her mother was actually an artist and her uncle was an artist. So I think they saw something generational that God put into our lineage. And from that moment, my mother and the rest of my family began to sacrifice for me. They began to buy me the art materials, put me into extracurricular classes, help me audition for schools. So everything you see now, Faces of Santa Ana, the murals, the paintings that I'm able to complete, the creativeness that's inside of me, was all my mother stewarding what God placed in me, probably before birth. So on this Mother's Day, I want to say Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. I love you, and I thank you for the sacrifices that you've done for me.
My mother and my grandmother were both very instrumental in encouraging my art when I was young. My mother, when I was about 10 or 11 years old, she started me in art classes that I took forever. There's a cute story of my grandmother. When I was 12, she said to me at Christmas time, "I've got a really special present for you that I spent a little more than I normally do." That year, I gave her my first oil painting of a red barn because she loved them. And she gave me a paint by number set because no one had told her I was doing my own paintings at that point. I did that paint by number set though. And here's the red barn that I gave her.
Without my mom, I would not be the artist that I am today. Ever since I was a little kid, I always remember her encouraging me as an artist and taking me to the library to find new drawing books or spare a little extra money to buy art supplies. And as a kid, it encouraged me a lot because she was investing in me as an artist. Anytime that I bring my mom a new piece of art that I've made, she's always been over the top, amazed at what I've been able to create. Even to this day, she's always my #1 supporter, commenting on Facebook how much she loves what I'm doing, or will call me and tell me how blessed she is by what I've been able to do with Faces of Detroit. That encouragement has gone very far in developing me as an artist.